Welcome to the world's fastest growing podcast that interviews random Todds and asks them unpredictable questions in a series of wacky segments.
Here at the Toddcast, we believe every Todd has a story, and we want to hear it. Yes. Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of the Toddcast. Today, we have the stuntman, actor, and traditional strongman, Todd Jones. Find Todd on the Instagrams at Todd Ryan Jones. Welcome in, Todd. How you doing?
Thanks, man. I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm doing swell.
I don't even remember giving you that info.
We dug deep. We have a very deep production team that finds every facet of what they need to know. So
basically, we looked at your Instagram profile
and that that was directly from your Instagram bio.
One of our 6 interns found that.
Yes, cool. We have so many employees.
And we'll just kind of jump right into it and start talking about who you are in our first segment.
Once Upon a Todd.
All right, Once Upon a Todd. This is a segment where basically we just want to hear about who you are, Todd, and what do you want the listeners to know about you. Okay, so the floor is yours.
Thank you.
Yes.
So like you guys said, I'm a professional stuntman and actor and performing strongman. Most people have no idea what I'm talking about when I say the strongman part. So I guess I'll go into that first. It's
yes.
If somebody knows what a strongman is, they're usually thinking of the modern sport of strongman, like World's Strongest Man.
Yep.
That ties in a lot, and there's a lot of crossover, but that's not what I do. Me and a very small group of people in the world today that they call it traditional strongman or old time strongman, stuff like that. It's not based on how much weight you can lift or stuff like the guys do on the in the competitive sport. We do things that basically people think are impossible, and there's little guys, big guys. We do things like bending steel and breaking chains and stuff like that. Traditional feats of strength.
Nice. Yeah, I saw you I saw one of your videos where you wrapped basically a belt around your chest and then put some chains on it and did a quick flex. Pop that open.
Chest expansion. That's a cool one. Nice. I like that one a lot. You guys comic book fans at all?
I dabble.
All right. So if you're a comic book geek like myself, I like the golden age stuff, like the real early stuff from the 30s. A lot of Superman, the things that influenced Superman was based on traditional strongman stuff.
Oh, nice.
And if you look at the old, not even old, they probably still have it where Superman's breaking a chain across his chest.
Right.
That is directly from the old time strongman guys doing that stuff.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, so I always like that one too. I actually made a little video recently with a panel of Superman Action Comics #1, very first appearance of Superman, where he's doing that, and I'm like, This is what that is, and I show people.
So you're basically modern day Superman.
I'm pretty much exactly like Superman.
Okay, that's
heat vision and stuff. I don't want to get into
that. Yeah, we don't want to tell everybody about that.
So is that how you got into it? Is it was the love for comic books and you transitioned into strongman stuff, or how did that interest come about?
My very first exposure to that, because I grew up liking comics, especially vintage stuff. I always saw those old Charles Atlas ads where the bully kicking sand in the guy's face. Charles Atlas did all that stuff, so I knew about it ever since I was a kid. I knew that people could do stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
when I got older and I started getting into physical training and martial arts and stuff, I came across. Are you guys familiar with Pavel Tsatsouline?
I'm not.
No, he's pretty much the guy that spearheaded the resurgence of the kettlebell.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
He pretty much started all that, and I just happened to be on the scene when all that stuff started popping up. So anyway, he's an excellent trainer and has a lot of really good training manuals, books that he puts out. And all these books, he references these old-time strongmen that were just doing these mind-blowing feats of strength. And they're like from the 1800s and early 1900s, way before steroids. So I was like, what are those guys doing and where can I learn it?
Prior to steroids.
Yeah, pre-steroids. Guys a lot of them were no bigger than I am, and they were doing just like what kind of feat of strength. And it took me a long time, but I finally found a coach who could teach me the proper methods. And once I found that, I was diligent. Your prowess and that kind of stuff tends to go up pretty quickly. I've seen a lot of guys who start taking it seriously and get the proper coaching, and all of a sudden they're doing stuff that they never thought they could before.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is it easy to find a coach?
Yeah.
No, there's not. Well, nowadays, because of technology and stuff, it's a lot easier. Yeah. There's
find them on Craigslist.
What's that?
Just find them on Craigslist.
Yeah, really. Whole ton, right? It's in the plumbing section.
Yeah.
Yeah, my coach is a guy named Chris Ryder. He's one of the best in the world. He's a elite level strongman, and he's an even better coach. So if that tells you anything, his coaching skills are superb. He can break everything down to like the most minute detail. Chris Ryder is my coach. There's a guy named David Whitley. He's another really good coach. I'm hesitant to plug anyone else just because I'm not sure if they're coaching now or anymore. But there's another guy named Dennis Rogers who's he's a renowned strongman. A lot of guys got started because of him. Yeah, there's only you can use your fingers to count how many guys in the entire world do this stuff. So.
It's very true. Yeah, that's pretty sweet though. You've been doing that for a while. You also do the stuntman stuff. How did you get into that? Have you always just been a stunt kid, or were you wild as a kid too?
Not really. I was an actor and I couldn't sing or dance or anything, so I had to do something to stand out. I have a martial arts background, so I figured my pain tolerance was reasonably high. So I was like, you know what? I could be a stuntman. That would be pretty cool. I could be like the actor who really for real does his own stunts. So I went to stunt school, and that's exactly what happened. I started getting jobs. What I didn't foresee was that the stunt jobs would quickly take over, and it pretty much right away on paper, I was a stuntman instead of an actor anymore.
Right.
I usually don't even bring up the acting thing anymore and just say I'm a stuntman.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Do you wish you would have been able to still pursue that actor side of things?
Only after I've hit the cement like 15 times. Take after take, and I'm like, oh my God, please no more. Then I'm like, yes, I should have. Wish I should have. Not really though, man, because it satisfies pretty much all of my needs. For one, I actually make a living at it now. Like I make a good living.
That's sweet.
Yeah, how you get that solves almost all of your problems right there.
Yep.
Right there. And there's still a lot of crossover. And my original plan with I'll be the actor that can really do his own stunts. It's reversed itself. So now I'm the stunt guy. So if a lot of times an acting part will come up, they need a stunt guy that's a good actor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Up my sleeves. I could go in, and more often than not, I have a pretty good ratio of landing those jobs when I get called in for them.
Oh, sweet.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Any?
So
Yeah. What kind of what genre of stunts is there? Are you going being set on fire? Or are you like?
Yeah.
I don't. Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Usually,
right.
the question I get is, "What's the craziest stunt you've ever done?" And even though that's not to me, that's usually the one that everybody thinks is like, "Whoa!" When I get set on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's no. I don't really specialize in one thing. Some guys do, and they're like known for this or that. That's not me.
Okay.
Kind of a general, all around guy. But yeah, get set on fire. Anything you can think of, getting thrown out windows, downstairs, set on fire, hit by cars,
That's intense.
Yeah.
Have you ever sustained an injury from that?
Knock on wood. Nothing that I didn't heal up from.
Got it.
Perfect.
A couple times you're like, oh boy, and you're like sitting there like, please make this heal up. But I've been lucky.
Wow.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So I guess if you do get severely injured, does that, I'm trying to, I guess, tactfully say it, does it downgrade you as a stuntman?
No.
Okay. I didn't know if that was like a negative aspect on your resume. I did some stunts. I was in a full body cast, but I'm out of it now. So I still did the stunt.
Yeah, no, not at all. As long as you had a legitimate reason to get hurt, and it wasn't something stupid that you did, something obvious.
Okay. Yeah.
Or that's pretty much the only reason. I was gonna say, as long as it's real and you're not just being a wuss, that will get you blacklisted pretty quick.
Yeah.
But no, not at all. If you get hurt, basically everybody's like, thank you for doing that and having that not be me, because it could have been me. So no, it doesn't hurt your rep at all.
See, I didn't know what their perception of that was. It was like, oh, we hired this stuntman to come in and do this stunt, but I didn't know if you had to do multiple stunts where if you got injured on the first stunt, they're like, well, now we have to find another stuntman.
Yeah, that does happen. We're pretty dispensable, unfortunately.
they just line them up. It's like, oh, bring in another stunt dude.
Kinda.
Stunt dude.
Yeah,
man, it's ruthless.
We're compensated well, but that is a reality. We're totally dispensable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you better be if you're putting your body in those kind of situations.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that some people don't want to put themselves in.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that were the actors. So
yeah.
Interesting.
It's all the more reason though to make sure that you're 100% professional at all times, because there's 1,000 dudes behind you clamoring for the job. So yeah, if you had give them a reason to send you home, then that's totally going to happen. So keep you on your toes,
How do you set yourself, I guess, above the other people? How do you show that you're more qualified for stunts or make you more marketable?
It's good to have something that only you can do, or you are really good at. It's kind of hard to answer. Basically, the way you prove yourself is by getting hired and actually doing what you say.
Right.
So it's that classic, which comes first, the chicken or the egg type of thing. So it's
and see, that's what I was thinking. You have to build up that resume, but to build up that resume, you have to pretty much land gigs.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, well, I guess you can make a video of yourself
light yourself
doing
on
things.
fire.
Yeah, you can.
You can have audition videos, basically.
Yeah, you can do that. I know it's better than nothing. If you have absolutely nothing and you're trying to be a stuntman, you pretty much have to.
Yeah.
Wow.
Obviously, try to know what you're doing. Would not recommend messing with fire at all unless you are, a fire guy and you know what's going on.
Fire guy.
Yeah.
So once again, you brought up earlier that being a stuntman kind of overshadowed your original wanting to be an actor kind of thing. So we're not going to let it overshadow this whole thing, I guess. We seem to be focused on that. So do you have what are some hobbies and stuff you like to do?
Hobbies. Let's see. Well, actually, my strongman stuff is kind of one of my hobbies because you're always like trying to think of new stuff and ways you can stand out. But besides all that, I'm big into horror movies. Love me. Actually, here's my daughter's just got me his mug.
Nice.
Old Universe Monsters.
Yeah, I like that.
Thank you. I have a story about this guy on my mug, actually. Do you want to hear it, or is that boring? It's stunt related. Do you want to hear it?
Oh, story it up.
So the guy that played the creature from the Black Lagoon, you guys familiar with Creature from the Black Lagoon?
Yes.
One of the classic, Universal monsters with Dracula and Frankenstein.
Yeah.
So the guy that played the Creature from the Black Lagoon is a guy named Rico Browning, who went on to become a stunt coordinator. He actually did a lot of stuff that people don't know about. He created Flipper, and he's stunt coordinated all these different movies. And a coordinator that I work for a lot knows him well. And I don't geek out about too many things because you're around celebrities a lot. You kind of get used to it, and you're like, okay, celebrities don't really make you geek out as much as they used to.
Yeah.
I am a monster geek. I'm a monster kid, and I always love that stuff. So long story short, I'm on set one day with this coordinator that I work for, and the Creature from the Black Lagoon calls him on his phone, and I'm standing there talking to him, and he looks at his phone, and he's like, oh, it's Rico Browning. And I'm just, the Black Lagoon is calling you right now, and I'm standing next to you. I was like, recording the powers of the Creature from the Black Lagoon through his phone. It was awesome. At the end, that's that story.
Nice. So it's, I'm not sure when this episode will air, but we're nearing on October. So I mean, this has got to be one of your favorite times of the year.
You're probably amped.
Yep. Yeah, I love it. As soon as September hits, I'm like trying to pace myself and not all the Halloween candy and yeah, I love this time of year.
Do you do the decorations?
Not really. That's mostly because I just don't feel like taking them down later.
Yep.
That's true.
The worst part of it all.
But I would. Like people go all out with Christmas and stuff. I would. The thing is, my house is kind of Halloweenish pretty much at all times. The weird.
It's a good vibe to have. It's one of my favorite kind of vibes. Is it? Yeah, it's a great, I guess, ambiance to be in. The fall, October, like horror vibe. Yeah, everything it's just nice.
Yeah, I agree. That's how I am.
So
go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna kind of throw a question out there, but like, if you could pick 5 horror movies that you can only watch, like which 5 would you pick?
Oh man, The Shining would definitely be the first Classic. One. It's probably my. So your question was 5 horror movies?
Yeah, or just like build thrillers, an October movie night.
All right.
5 movies you want to watch.
All right, The Shining. That's my favorite horror movie of all time because you could take out all of the actual supernatural stuff in it, and you would still have like a really scary psychological thriller just with like Jack going crazy and they're all locked in the hotel. You know, just a really well done movie all around.
Yep.
That's my favorite one. The scariest one, I think, still to this day would be The Exorcist.
Oh yeah, that was rough. I watched that way too young as a kid.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, my life is a lot of flashbacks to this movie now.
Totally. No. When they re-released it in, I guess it was like the late 90s, and they put in all these extra scenes. I was a full-grown man, and some of those extra scenes when they put in the spider walk down the stairs, I'm a full-grown man. You remember being a kid and like staying in your blanket and you don't want to move because something's going to get you?
Yes.
21-year-old man, and I'm watching this scene from The Exorcist, like, oh my God, and I didn't want to move. I was all freaked out. Yeah. The Exorcist. So that's my vote for scariest.
Yep.
The best horror movie, in my opinion, in the last probably 20 years or so, Hereditary.
I haven't seen that one.
You haven't? Oh
No.
man,
I don't think I've seen it. I've heard a bunch of good things about it though.
If it has a lot of stuff that reminded me of The Shining, and just the way it was shot and just really well done. Kind of a slow burn, but then once stuff starts happening, you're like, so that's 3.
Yep.
2 more for the Halloween season.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a tough one. I would have to throw in a classic because I'm a big, classic horror movie. So I would go with maybe The Wolfman.
Ooh.
To show you
The Wolfman.
The Wolfman. Probably my favorite of the old time monsters, but I like them a lot. I like them a lot. That's 4. One more. I'd probably go with since we got a good amount of the vintage ones, throw in one of the more modern scary ones, The Conjuring.
Yeah, the Conjuring was pretty rough.
Yeah,
that was pretty good one too.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that would be off of the cuff 5 horror movie list.
Oh, that's a pretty solid list.
Thank you. I take it very seriously.
Yeah, I would need a box of Depends if I was going to be witnessing that movie night. I suck at horror movies. I'm not going to lie.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you just have diarrhea for no reason.
I just always need Depends. What? Oh, yeah.
No real reason.
I'm more of like the Scary Movie 3 genre, the funny.
Oh, there's just the parody ones.
Exactly.
Terrifying for all different reasons.
Yeah, exactly. No, The Exorcist. That one, like Brad said, that one messed me up.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah, me too.
Rough. Dang.
A lot of them messed me up. I saw way too many horror movies when I shouldn't have when I was a kid. I guess a lot of us did. You know?
Yeah, growing up, I was like, oh, I'm 7. I can watch this. I'm like, oh no. I cannot.
Yeah. The Shining did that to me too. The Exorcist. There's a few of them. Hellraiser, I saw way too young.
Yeah, I remember seeing parts of that, and my parents made me leave. I was like, thank you for this. I think one of the scariest things, I vividly remember this as a kid. I was probably like 4. The Crypt Keeper, Tales from the Crypt.
Uh-huh.
And that my parents would watch it, and I would walk into the living room and I would hear that laugh of the Crypt Keeper, and it would ruin me. I would not sleep for days. I could hear it now and it's bothering me.
Really?
And his skeleton face, and it was just rough.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that a few times and it just ruined me.
My buddy Daniel Ross is he was an actor. Now he's doing really well in the voiceover world. I think he's the current voice of Donald Duck on the Disney Channel.
Oh wow,
solid!
He does an awesome Crypt Keeper. He can do that voice perfect.
I will never speak to this person.
Stay away. Huh? Well, interesting. Nope. Well, I think that's going to bring us right on into the next segment.
What if Todd was one of us?
All right, this is what if Todd was one of us? This is kind of a segment where we give you a scenario that us, one of the listeners, or somebody has went through, and get kind of your input on what you would have done, how you could help them through these situations. So, yeah, there's a lot riding on this.
All right.
So this one comes in from a member of the Todd Squad. The other day, I made a fairly large grocery store run. I do my normal checkout with the cashier and load up all my bags into the cart. I get to the car and I notice that the $35 bag of dog food that I had at the very bottom of the cart went unscanned. What do you do in this situation?
Ooh.
This Todd goes back and just buys it just because I believe in karma.
That's good.
Yeah. Just in case, man. Yeah. You don't need that bad mojo.
So does the price matter? If it would have been let's say 2 apples, that would have been 59 cents. Are you running in? Or are you like, oh, I'm just going to snag these apples, not tell anybody about it?
59 cents.
Yeah. It was like discount apples. They were on the clearance shelf, I guess. I don't know the price of apples.
Here's the thing. I purposely park really far away when I park in parking lots. Get in your extra steps, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
The thing. So, I don't know. An extra apple, I might let that one slide.
Uh-oh.
I think the karma gods might not mind that one too much.
Karma apples.
Yes.
It was a play on caramel apples. It was a terrible one, if that, but it happened. Yeah, I guess the price does play into it. I mean, especially walking really, like if you park, let's say 45 minutes away, never mind. So far away. That's not even a rational amount of time. Like, let's say it's a 5-minute walk. That seems long for a parking lot. I guess I wouldn't walk back with the apples.
With like a bunch of apples?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all it would
like a bushel.
It would depend on the situation.
Yeah.
What if you had to go somewhere, you know?
Yeah. You're like, oh, I gotta go home.
Stuff.
Yeah, I gotta go do some stuff. I'm taking these apples.
Yeah.
Right,
and for a $35 bag of dog food, I would have brought it back in.
Yeah. That's
and
good.
People would have been like, and they would appreciate your honesty and give you some kind of tasty reward or something for it.
Tasty reward.
Walmart's tasty reward.
Here's 2 apples.
Yeah.
Clearance apples for you.
We figured you'd steal these anyway, so here's 2 apples. So I guess a twist on that scenario. Walmart has been watching you. They're like, oh, he put the dog food under. Let's keep an eye on him as he checks out. Mm-hmm. So you don't scan the dog food, and you're out in the parking lot, and here comes Walmart security, and they tackle you.
Oh,
well, I guess that's what they would do over the dog food.
Probably.
But like,
especially those greeters.
How would you convince them that you weren't stealing it?
The only honesty is the only option, and just try to be as convincing as you can. Say it from the heart.
Say it from the minute. Hopefully, use Walmart security guards really buy it.
Yeah,
I don't know. They're there.
Like your life absolutely depended on it, which it would in that Walmart situation.
Yeah, indeed. They're some savage people.
That's right.
I think that's good. A little check on your morality scale for everyone out there. Yeah. What would you do in that situation?
Try to keep it alive.
Yeah. Look out for karma. And if it's apples, maybe you could turn. Maybe karma won't judge you too hard on that. So
yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, yeah, glad to know that this Todd has some integrity.
It's about time.
I tried. There's too many people without it nowadays. You know what I mean?
You got to make up for them.
Try to keep it alive.
And there's definitely not enough of this either.
It's time to prod Todd.
Not enough prodding Todd in my eyes.
No, what happened? What happened?
I don't know.
It used to be so much prodding, and now there's not.
Now there's not. So, but we're gonna go right.
We're bringing it back,
which is basically a series of random questions. And the very first one is: what is one lie that you believed as a kid, but now sounds absurd?
One lie that I believed as a kid, but now sounds absurd. I got one.
Oh.
If you keep telling yourself, I want to word this correctly because I do motivational speaking, and I don't want to misconstrue my message.
So God of all trades.
Well, that ties in with that's what I use the strongman stuff for. Like you can,
Oh, sweet.
You're capable of this, but you're really capable of so much more, and then I prove it with like I'm not supposed to be able to bend this steel and stuff.
Huh. Like that. I like that.
Strongman Tony Robbins.
Oh yeah. Gotta have a little deeper voice.
Okay, so if you keep telling yourself that you are able to do a certain thing, eventually you will trick yourself into believing it and be able to do it no matter how absurd it is. So like when I was a kid, I took that as like you could tell yourself you can fly one day.
Right.
So in the year, 2010, I'm going to be able to fly.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard that when I was a kid.
So
For a little while.
So you haven't been able to fly?
No.
Oh, dang it.
And you've fallen out of a window though, so that's pretty close to flying.
I guess technically you're flying for like 1 second. Yeah,
it's temporary flying.
Right.
Flying towards the ground.
True.
I've never been lied to.
Yeah, I remember
specifically that. Like, no matter how absurd the belief is, you can literally do anything. So.
Yeah, it's I remember when I was a kid. I think my dad told me that like if I popped my knuckles, that they would just expand.
Yeah,
I was terrified of that, so I never like popped my knuckles growing up because I was scared like that I was gonna have big swollen fingers and stuff. Did anyone else hear that?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not true, is it?
No, I still crack them. I have to. It feels good.
Yeah.
My neck, I crack like any kind of part of my body.
Oh yeah.
I try to make audible. Oh.
Give yourself chiropractic adjustments left and right.
Yeah.
I remember hearing that as a kid. And I still did it because I was like, no, I'm not old. But now I'm like, oh, cool. Like I can't not do it. Yeah. And whenever you brought it up, it made me want to do it. I had to mute my microphone so I could do it.
Yeah. I think that I was a rude savage and just did it in the microphone.
Hey, that's how little ASMR for everybody out there.
ASMR knuckle cracking.
Right. Yeah, I think I heard that one, and the sitting too close to the TV will like hurt your eyes or whatever. You'll go blind.
I'm pretty sure that one's true. I don't know.
I have amazing vision. I sat so close to the TV.
Really?
So close that I couldn't see anything. It made no sense, but I wanted to prove a point. So
glue your eyelids open.
Take that, parents. Yeah. So, there was a bunch of lies as a kid. What are some? There were some that like you would hear at school, where like kids would like start it, and it seemed like everybody everywhere heard it somehow.
Yeah.
Like I went to a school and I heard this. Michael went to a school. Like we didn't go to the same school, but I'm sure I can't think of anything. But like I'm sure if I brought something up, you'd be like, I heard that too.
I heard one that turned out to be true. You ever hear like urban legends? Like every town's got their same urban legends. Like groups of Satan worshipers out.
Oh yeah, we had those. We had caves.
Yeah, we had. One time, so we had heard about this group of Satan worshipers out in this kind of country area, and they're in this gray van, and if you drive by, they'll get out and attack you as Satan worshipers do.
Oh my.
So we're driving around one night, and I kid you not, we're out in the middle of the country, and we found this freaking van on the side of the road, a gray van. It was real. And I was probably the least brave. I was the only guy in a group in a car with all girls, and I was definitely the most cowardly one in there. It was horrible. Did not want to go near that van, and they're all like, "Oh,
It's crazy because like we had that same situation where like it was way out in the country. There was these caves, and you would go there during the day, and there was all this like writing inside of it. And at night, I guess if you go there on like a Saturday night or something, they would always have these meetings. And we drove by it, and there was a fire in the cave.
Yeah.
So like we parked the car and kind of like snuck up to it, and you hear just like crazy chanting, and like, oh, this is a real thing. Like people actually worship Satan in this cave.
Yeah.
Huh. I'm like, what is happening? Why is this a real thing?
Yeah. Reality is freakier than
the tooth fairy's not real, but the Satan worshippers in the cave are. Like, the heck? Well, we were lied to as kids, all of us, and some of them ended up being true. Unfortunately, the Satan ones were true.
Yeah, A bunch of them that I am not thinking of right now.
Yeah, I could go on forever, I guess. So, would you rather build a perfect paper airplane or apply for a personal loan?
Probably, I can think of a lot of stuff I could do with a personal loan. So,
but it's a perfect paper airplane. Did you catch that part?
I didn't. Perfect.
Perfect.
No, I'd still go with the loan.
And you don't know what the interest rate is. We haven't given you an interest rate. You could have just got locked into a payday loan.
99.99.
I'm a stuntman, brother. I take
so risky. All right. Well, cool. How about? All right.
What?
How much would you, I guess, apply for? You can keep it modest and do like $1,000, or like get wild and do like 25. Do like 25 G's on a personal loan.
I don't know why, but the number 30 popped into my head right off the bat. I think
$30 personal loan. Give me a $30 personal loan.
I got 30 grand. I would do.
That's smart. You're going to be over there just paying off this personal loan. I'm going to be flying the perfect paper airplane all over the place. People are going to be like, I'm going to win competitions
dedicated to it, just monetizing out of it.
I'm going to monetize it. I'm going to win competitions. I'm going to write a book
about the airplane.
Yes, the one airplane I built. Yes.
How old seeing you on the news with your I should.
Still got this perfect
paying off that
airplane.
loan.
You're still paying off that. A genie gave me two choices when I was earlier in my life. I chose the airplane.
Goodness. All right, next question. What movie title does not fit the movie itself?
Ooh.
What movie title does not fit the movie itself?
Indeed.
I never really understood One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Yeah, that's...
It should be called like Crazy Jack or something. I don't know. It's just like
is that as marketable though?
What's that?
Is that as marketable? Would you have watched Crazy Jack? I think I would have actually.
Oh, totally.
I feel like One Flies Over the Cuckoo's Nest is
like a tongue twister.
Right. It's too long of a title.
Yeah. Like, yo, let's go watch Crazy Jack. I'm like, yo, let's go.
Let's go get down on some CJ.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Yes, you have to be like, what is that about?
Yeah. Crazy Jack, you're like, oh, this is gonna be good.
Right.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, you're kind of like, I don't know what that really means.
That's right.
Like a nursery rhyme.
It's exactly that's what I was just thinking. Like a Dr. Seuss sounds like.
I think you knocked
west. Did you ever hear the rest of that? How that goes? That's how it is. One flew east, one flew west, one flew over the cuckoo's nest.
Oh yeah.
I never knew that.
Huh. I did not either.
Neither did I. It was an educational episode.
I am.
It is.
I'm a wise old teacher, is what I am.
I could tell you're the epitome of wisdom.
Yep. I sat up on a mountain for a long time to find that one out.
Beardless wizard.
I have a beard sometimes. That's another stuntman thing. We usually if you ever meet other stuntmen, a lot of times we'll have beards because it's like a thing. It's better to have one, and then shows can do stuff with them if they want.
That makes
it off or give the goatee, whatever like that. So often
you can't off.
What's that?
Say rip it off.
Sometimes it gets ripped off. Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes. Not on purpose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Dang. I guess that makes sense though. You walk up and they're like, "Oh, we were looking for some guy with a beard." You're like, "Well, dang it, I can grow one, but not like right now."
Yeah, well, you'll get called before they actually bring you in.
Oh, so you gotta
one. Yeah.
Just sit there and just force it out.
Yeah.
I got another one.
A lot of the times you'll have just shaved for another show, and then another one calls you, and you had one like 2 days ago, and now you don't, and they're like, "Oh, could have had it."
So are you a pretty quick turnaround on a beard, or?
I think so, but still,
Yeah,
Usually, if they want a beard, they want a pretty good.
Yeah, they want a burly beard,
like yours, man. They want a man beard.
A man beard.
He's talking to Brad. Just FYI.
Never, Michael.
Never. No.
So I got another would you rather question, I guess.
Okay.
Classic.
A classic one. Would you rather only be able to respond to people using song lyrics or movie quotes?
That is a good question.
I guess, what do you have a deeper, knowledge base of?
That I would probably have to go with music.
Yeah.
If that's what it comes down to, a deeper knowledge. Technically, as much as I love movies, I think I could probably go deeper with music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think of. I mean, I could name 15 to 20 different song quotes like right now. I could probably name like 3 or 4 movie quotes off the top of my head.
Oh yeah, that'd be horrible.
I'm kind of both. I think I might be like 60-40 music movies.
Yeah.
I think of a lot of movie quotes, but a lot of the times, I'll find myself singing a song because somebody said something stupid. Like my daughters will be like, "I'm so tired," and then the Beatles song comes in my head instantly.
Yeah,
I have to sing it, from beginning to end.
Yo, do you ever sing? What's the one Rolling Stones song? "Can't Always Get What You Want."
Yeah.
Remember that was always that lyric was used on me, like when I was a kid. But I want it like but you can't always get what you want. I'm like, oh, I was like, we can try sometimes. Ooh.
So I guess how would you respond to this using a song lyric? What are you going to do tomorrow?
What are you going to do tomorrow with a song lyric?
What's the plans for tomorrow?
Oh man, with a song lyric.
Ooh.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's rough on the spot.
There's gotta be.
Well, I'm going to be coming out of my cage, and I'll be feeling just fine. I'll tell you that.
Because you're Mr. Brightside tomorrow.
That's basically.
I was trying to think of something where tomorrow comes in. The only one I could think of is "Tomorrow Never Knows" by the Beatles, but that's completely nonsensical and would not make sense.
Well, that would just be very like, oh, okay.
Pretty much.
What do you got? Imagine just walking up to somebody on the street, like, oh, what are you doing tomorrow? Like, tomorrow never comes. Like, excuse me? Some sort of prophet?
Yeah.
You make me very uneasy if that was the answer.
It's do you guys know who Jim Caviezel is?
Ooh. I do not.
He was the star of Person of Interest. He's also the dude that played Jesus in the Mel Gibson Passion.
Oh, Passion.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, he was the star of Person of Interest for a long time. So I worked on a bunch of episodes of that show, and that's what he would do. So his character on the show, he's like this thought to be dead super ninja spy guy, and talks all
the voice,
Annie and stuff. And so you'd be on set with him, and that's how he would talk to you. And apparently he's a really religious dude, so he would come up to you in between takes sometimes and say something like completely random and cryptic and that's serious. And he'd walk away with this, and that was the end. And what just happened?
You're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you're not exactly sure what just happened anytime he did that. He's a cool guy, though.
Huh. Now, are the song lyrics, now, would you sing them, or is this just like spoken word? Just saying that. Like, is your life now a musical?
Clever you're trying to be. If you're trying to be all funny and clever, you say it like all serious and try to make it sound like you're not singing a song and see if they catch on and see if you can pull it off like you're just conversationally.
I guess after a while, though, if it's someone you interact with a lot, they're like, okay, you don't have to sing every time you say something.
Totally.
I'm not your friend anymore if you keep singing.
Pretty much. My daughter, I do that to her constantly. So in that situation, I sing it as loud as I possibly can every single time.
I think Let It Go is something I sing no matter almost any situation I hear it, because it's from Frozen.
Yeah.
And I just, every time I want to say it, I kind of sing it with some sort of cadence to it.
Hey,
it's a good one.
You could have worse habits,
I guess. Yeah, I mean, you definitely could. There's way worse things out there.
Oh, so next question.
I was just gonna say, did I answer something? I don't know if I did. That was a while ago.
You did a great job.
All right,
yeah, you're using them song lyrics. So, next question is: what's more dangerous, UV rays or stingrays?
Oh man. UV rays did not kill Steve Irwin.
Ooh,
This is the truth.
Stingray did.
That's true.
Yes, I mean UV rays were there. They didn't save.
They were present. They may have been an accomplice. The stingray and the UV ray worked. They worked together.
So the question is, what's more deadly?
I guess dangerous.
More dangerous? I don't know, man. Yeah. That's a tough question. Have you ever seen that stingray in the wild?
Not in the wild.
Dude, they look like a friendly cartoon character. They swim around and their eyes look happy. They literally look happy and pleasant.
They do look happy.
And there's parts of the world, I forget where you can just straight up go and swim with the stingrays, and they come up on you like little water puppies, and they're like...
So, I've done that. That's right.
You swam with them?
Yeah.
I did not. What'd you say?
Pet one.
I did, yeah. You got to like pet them, and like they brought them up. There's like some clear water like in the Central America area. It was sweet.
Yeah,
those weren't dangerous.
Awesome.
So I guess
on you and they're all flappy and stuff.
They are very flappy. One thing that you can weaponize a stingray. Like you can frisbee it at somebody.
You could.
What?
And that's pretty dangerous, right?
Yeah.
Depends on the size.
It depends on the size. It'd have to be like an infant stingray or like a smaller version of one. But you could definitely frisbee that at somebody. I don't know if it'll injure them, but
it would probably be pretty pissed once it landed and sting them.
Yeah.
Imagine.
So that's pretty dangerous. But UV rays are just SPFs. You need those SPFs.
It's true.
You got to protect
the environment. Yeah, that's a good point. So I would go with the stingray, more dangerous.
Yeah.
As far as concentrated danger, I'd have to go with the stingray.
Yeah, because you could protect yourself from UV rays. You can't protect yourself from stingrays. Like you could just be. I mean, they could just show up anywhere.
That's right. Knock on your door.
Kick in your front door.
It's all over.
You go to like check the eye hole and their little sting thing goes straight through.
They're just using
that would happen one day.
I don't know why that image is just a hilarious image.
Oh God, terrific.
Well.
And you need UV rays to produce vitamin D, which you need to produce testosterone. So it's actually
true. Yeah. Thank you, UV rays.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What have you done for us, stingrays?
You took away the crop.
Exactly. For all the stingrays that are listening, we want to know. So I guess to move on to a very, on topic.
Fights.
Yeah, fights. Who would win in a fight? The California Raisins or Snap, Crackle, and Pop from Rice Krispies?
I'd probably go with the Raisins. There's more of them, first and foremost.
That's true. They have like 4 of them, right?
You ever see sometimes they get that train going and there's like 20 of them?
They got raisins for days.
Very well. There's a lot of them. They'd gang up on them. There's only 3 of them. No question. The Raisins.
Ooh. The old pruny raisins.
Stuff, they can, weaponize them. Club you over there. Raisins all the way.
So is there any kind of weapon that Snap, Crackle, and Pop could have that would, obviously you could pick a weapon but like, what would make this more fair?
Maybe they could do. They all have their little elf hats. I don't know. Maybe they could do a Peaky Blinders action. Their hats.
It's like Odd Job, and just
Yeah.
All right.
At them.
Yeah, those raisins, and I mean the raisins could sing. They had a lot of talents, so I'm sure fighting was probably one of them. They look pretty angry, actually. I just looked at them. They look pissed.
Yeah, don't Google search them. They're
horrifying.
There's a documentary called. They did a documentary about the California raisins. Did you ever see that one?
Mm-mm.
It's amazing. It's a whole thing, and they have like claymation commercials during it and everything. It's awesome. If you're ever bored someday, look it up. It's really good.
They look like melted Mr. Potato Head. I'm looking at them right now, and I hate them. I hate them so much.
Oh, you got to watch that documentary. You'll not anymore.
All right, so they're likable. They have good personalities.
Yes, they're very personable, and they're all
okay. That's good. So they're personable, but they'll whoop ass.
Yeah, that's actually what I was getting to. When you watch the documentary, you can tell they've lived a life and they've been around the block.
They've done some things.
Snap, Crackle, Pop. They don't leave. They never left that little cereal factory.
They work there too. Not only are they the mascot, they're also part owner.
Is that how the California Raisins, win the fight? They is that like the method that they hurt them each? Like is by their name? Like they just snap in half. Ooh. I don't know how you crackle somebody. You crack all of his little fingers and they swell up and he dies.
Good Lord! You've been crackled.
And pop, just whatever that means.
Pop, he just explodes. Just spontaneously combusts.
I can picture the pop part.
Yeah. I unfortunately I can too. So these raisins just have like crazy powers as well.
Yeah, sometimes they do.
It's just straight up magic. I didn't think it was that lopsided, but you've convinced me that the raisins. Yeah. The raisins could take on almost anybody at this point.
I went into this episode thinking it was Snap, Crackle, Pop, but
me too.
I think you said it might be them raisins.
Now, if it was like the California Raisins versus Shaq, like I still don't know. I might side with the raisins after what you've told me.
Yeah. They could turn into a vicious gang quickly.
All right. I'm gonna have to watch my back for these raisins in the future. Right. Hard asses.
So speaking of raisins, what's your favorite step of photosynthesis?
My favorite step of photosynthesis.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Reaching back.
That's what I was thinking.
I guess whatever step makes my plants grow, because I like my plants in my house. They're good for air quality.
So all the steps.
All the steps.
Yeah.
All the Very nice.
Yeah, what about how do you feel about the Calvin cycle? Which is like the second of two major steps or stages in photosynthesis.
I love that cycle. It's my favorite.
It's a great cycle.
Yeah.
It was actually it's named after Calvin Klein. So smells amazing.
I think of Calvin and Hobbes.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah. Most people come to the Toddcast to get their education. So
yeah.
And just do our part.
Yeah.
Just in case, step 3 is pretty good. That's when the electrons move down to the enzymes. That's when it gets rolling.
That's a pretty good one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. Like, yeah,
there's better ones.
Yeah, there's better ones, but like the Calvin's like, oof, shit's crazy. Why did I say shit? Edit that out. There's no reason for me to say that.
Well, on to the next little segment here.
Wrong answers only.
All right. Wrong answers only means I don't want to hear the right answer. Understood?
Okay. Yeah.
That seems awesome.
All right.
All right.
Understood. Flipping tables over if he says the right answer.
You understand that? All right, sorry. Finish these lyrics. I want to rock and roll all night and
I'm trying to think of something so witty. I just can't play checkers. Period.
I want to rock and roll all night and play checkers. Period.
Cool.
Yep.
That's what I want to do.
I mean, that's pretty wild.
That would be a baller night, quite honestly.
I'm a crazy guy, man. You guys can't hang with me. You can't. That's how I roll.
All right. Well, what does the acronym LMAO stand for?
Ooh.
Long.
Ooh. Oh.
Oh gosh. How's he gonna recover here?
Mucho.
Long mucho.
Multilingual.
Amigo.
Oh.
Long mucho amigo.
Oh. Like,
Oh.
with an exclamation point.
All right. Long mucho.
Something that guy yelled out one time. A Spanish-speaking guy.
Yeah.
Huh. That's why
Michael brought it up, but I've never heard of a bilingual acronym. It has English language and Spanish mixed together to make one acronym.
Yeah,
it's
you have guys like me on your podcast to come in and educate you, right?
Keeping things spicy.
Yeah.
El baño. Is that the toilet or bathroom?
Yeah, when you make me improv.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
Man. Explain the invention of the telephone. How did that come about?
See, what's happening is like an hour after we get done here, I'm going to have some hilarious and witty answers.
I'm just going to send us your audio snippets and we'll just plug it in.
We'll just
nothing right. How it was invented, it was probably, I don't know if this is even the wrong answer. It was probably Tesla. And he went up to Edison and was like, look at this awesome thing. Edison was like, let me see that. Bah! And he took it.
Oh, gosh.
And was like, this is my thing that I have. That was probably completely the right answer.
Nah, it probably was. Him and Elon Musk got in a fight. And Nikola Tesla. They all Elon Musk was there for some reason. I don't know why I said that.
He's got the technology.
Yeah, I thought of Tesla and I was like, oh, Elon Musk. And I was like, oh, yeah, there's an actual person named
Tesla. Actual Nikola Tesla.
Yeah, sorry, T-Dog. I think that's what I learned. I think that was actually in my history book. So
the Tesla thing?
No, exactly what you said verbatim.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, and I was like, that was probably the complete right answer, which is not what I was supposed to do. So sorry about that. He probably didn't hit him.
Edison punched a bunch of people and stole their inventions.
He might have.
He's one of the biggest frauds in history.
He was sure.
I don't know why I'm using this platform to call out Thomas Edison, but
no, I have read that myself.
Thank you.
That's a whole rabbit hole we could go down there.
We're on to you, Edison.
He's laughing in his grave because he's making some sweet profits off all these Edison bulbs.
That's right.
He wishes. Oh yeah, I have some.
Yeah, exactly.